The Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission, EACC, has reignited efforts to tackle graft by recommending the prosecution of 47 public officials implicated in corruption cases totaling $2.1 billion. The EACC has forwarded these files to the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions, which will determine the next steps in these high-profile cases. Among those facing charges is Gladys Shollei, the Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly. She is accused of irregularities during her time as the Judiciary Chief Registrar, particularly in the controversial purchase of the Chief Justice's residence in 2013 for $310 million. Notably, the residence remains unused to this day. The EACC has proposed charging her and her then-deputy with abuse of office and inadequate project planning. Former Wajir Governor Mohammed Mohamud is another notable figure under scrutiny. He is accused of engaging in tender irregularities amounting to $1.2 billion. The scandal has also implicated his wife, daughter, a senior aide, and 12 companies linked to him. Allegations suggest that payments were made to these companies without proper documentation, prompting legal action against their directors. Ex-Governor Alex Tolgos of Elgeyo Marakwet also faces allegations of corruption. He is accused of awarding tenders worth $1.8 million to procure petroleum products from a company tied to him and a close associate, raising issues of conflict of interest and unlawful acquisition of public property. In addition, 3 senior accountants at the Kenya Rural Roads Authority are being investigated for their involvement in a $274 million corruption scheme. The EACC has urged Parliament to expedite the passage of the Conflict of Interest Bill to address systemic issues and improve efficiency in handling similar cases. This renewed wave of anti-corruption efforts highlights the persistent challenge of graft in Kenya's public sector. While it is encouraging to see high-ranking officials and their associates held accountable, these cases also underscore the entrenched culture of impunity that continues to plague governance in the country. The accusations, especially against public figures entrusted with safeguarding public resources, reveal troubling gaps in oversight and ethical governance. The alleged misuse of billions intended for public welfare is not just a legal violation, but a profound moral failure that undermines trust in leadership. However, the success of these efforts will ultimately depend on the prosecution's ability to secure convictions and on systemic reforms to prevent corruption in the first place. Addressing loopholes, enforcing transparency, and ensuring that public servants face genuine consequences for malfeasance are essential steps. The EACC's call for the swift passage of the Conflict of Interest Bill is a step in the right direction, but it must be matched with a broader commitment to institutional reform. Only through sustained efforts and a zero-tolerance approach to corruption can Kenya hope to rebuild public confidence and ensure that resources serve their intended purpose.